Ever tried to quit your porn addiction and felt like you were slowly coming back to your old habits? Then, without a warning, you relapse. I will help you break this cycle in this video. But right before that, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my mission is to help young men, especially young entrepreneurs, with their porn addiction. Right now, my bigger mission, the big goal that I set to myself, is to help prevent 100 men from getting to suicidal thoughts because of porn addiction. These are my type of videos, and if that interests you, make sure you subscribe. Imagine a life right now where you're not feeling any shame, you're not shameful of yourself. Where every day when you wake up, you feel like you have so much energy and you get straight out of the bed. You're not wandering in your bed for like 30 minutes on your phone. You get out straight of the bed, excited to live today because there's so much to discover and breaking free from the same pattern you thought was life. Interested? First link down in the description. And that, let's dive directly into the video. So before breaking the cycle, you have to first understand what is the cycle. So I will explain it by doing it in a first step format. The beginning of the cycle is the trigger. It all starts with this trigger. This trigger is the thing that will create these cravings. So let's say that you're on social media and you see a half naked woman dancing to a random song, because that's happened a lot. That's called soft porn. You saw that on your phone, and now this creates the craving, which is the second step. The craving is the urges. You now want to go and fap because you just received your trigger, and now you have these urges, you want to go and fap. And this brings the third step, which is the ritual phase. You will now start to bring all your thing, grab your phone, maybe grab the cream, grab the paper towel, whatever you need to want to go and fap. You're basically preparing your setup to want to go and fap. And the fourth and final step is the acting out. Now that you have fully prepared for everything, you have the craving because of your trigger, you already prepared everything, now it's the time to act. You're fapping yourself and you came. Right after all that cycle, you go in your room, and now the cycle is delayed. Now you do other things, maybe play video games, and after a little time, maybe you go on your cell phone again on Instagram scrolling, and now the cycle continues. You're on your phone, so you have the triggers. Now you feel the cravings because you just watched the video that gives you cravings. Now you start packing up your stuff and prepare the setup to want to go and fap, and finally you fap and come, and the cycle always continues like that. And in order for you to finally break free from this cycle, now that we identified what is the cycle, you have to break the first step. The first step is the trigger. It's what starts everything. So you have to break the trigger, and in order for you to break the trigger, you have to first identify what is the trigger. And for that, I'll share a story that can help you identify what is your trigger. My friend, every day, he would wake up and go on TikTok. He was watching TikTok for like 30 minutes, scrolling on TikTok. And when he stops using TikTok, it's because he found a video that gives him the craving, the trigger. It's a girl in a bikini top dancing so that her boobs like shake and everything, and random in the video she start like turning herself and start twerking. And my friend, like before he was my friend, he was watching this, and after all that he was asking himself why he wanted to go and fap. So basically what he was watching right now was soft porn. That is called soft porn, and this was creating him urges to want to go and fap. So that's the first step he was having. Triggers. Now cravings. He has the urges, he wants to go and fap. This brings the third step, which is he was preparing himself. He checked if there was someone in the bathroom. He prepared his phone. He checked if he had enough battery. He had enough. So now the fourth and last step, he went to the bathroom, went and fap. He did the whole cycle. And because I talked with him a lot, I successfully identified that his trigger was TikTok. It's when every time he goes on TikTok, he watched the video, and it's after watching this specific video that every time, like a video of that type, that every time he have the urges to want to go and fuck. So I helped him breaking this trigger by creating with him a plan where he doesn't have these type of videos anymore. So I kind of banished his triggers. And later in the line, he completely disinstalled TikTok. So that's really great for him, because anyway, social media aren't great for you. But what I want to mention is just the plan. And this brings the next thing that I want to mention is developing new habits. This can really help you, because developing new habits and creating a routine, which is the first point, is what's going to really help you in your journey to break that cycle. By developing a new routine, for example, including a good habit, which is to read. So read every day at 9 p.m. That is how you create good habits and good routine. So every day at 9 p.m. you have to read. Now specific the time that you want to read. So for example, at the start, when you're trying to implement new good habits, you have to start small. So for example, read for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is almost like 5 pages. So, and everyone has like 10 minutes in their life before going to bed to just go and read. Like you spend almost 4 hours of your day every day on social media. I'm sure that you have at least 10 minutes. It's like 3 videos on Instagram where you can just take that time and read, and you would see a great impact on your life. So let's continue with my example. Every day 9 p.m. you read for 10 minutes. That's the first, but you have to do it every day, right? You start small, but you have to keep it for every day. So you read the whole first month, you read every day for 10 minutes. Now the second month you can increase and read for 20 minutes, because now you have implemented this good habit. So now that every day you can't see yourself going to bed before reading, because for a whole month every day you're reading right before going to bed at 9 p.m. for 10 minutes. Now you're reading for 20 minutes, and now you keep on increasing because it's a good habit. It calms you, it makes you more instructed, and it's good for you. Also, in your new routine, don't forget to replace the old bad habits. If there was a time where your triggers was, for example, Instagram, don't implement Instagram into your routine. Like, are you asking to go and relapse again? Try to replace Instagram by another thing. You shouldn't have a time in your routine where you're doing bad habits. For example, when you want to go and fap, you're not saying to yourself, hey, every day at 10 p.m. I will go and fap. Like, that's not what you're saying, right? You're just waiting to get the urges, and when you get the urges, you want to go and fap. So don't implement bad habits into your routine. You're trying to get rid of them, to only have good habits so you can live a better life and get better. After these 3 big points that I just mentioned, I want to say to you to seek support. Support is really important, because doing something alone is great, but it's difficult. You don't have the help of anyone. And when you're accompanied by good people, it makes it way easier. For that, I have a friend when I was still in school, and I had this history exam, right? I had to do it, but it was in team of 2. And usually when I have these exam in history, I just like kind of bored during the exam and not really paying attention to anything, and I have to read, for example, a text, and I'm kind of not really reading it, just reading like some sentences here and there, and I was having like 80% and things like that as grades, right? And now that it was in team of 2, I had a pair, and this pair wasn't even my friend. Like, he was just someone that I never talked to, but because I'm kind of social, I'm kind of teamed up with him, and I was talking with him. Just because we were together, there was like a good mood, and we were talking and doing the exam like easily and everything. And at the end, we finished before everyone else. Like, we were almost giving us challenges. Oh, all right, let's go find this real quick. Let's go. And me, I will go and find this. And we were like, it was so cool. And the exam seemed like it wasn't even an exam. It was just like a race. And we were doing things and getting checked. And after I wrote every answer, he was checking my answer, saying, oh yeah, that's great and everything. And we were giving ourselves like feedbacks. And we finished before everyone else. We had 100%. But the important point is that you have to make this realization right now that when you're alone doing something, you're just by yourself. And being by yourself, even if you love yourself, like right now, I really love myself. I feel great being alone sometimes. But being with your friends or even like random person and just talking with that person and doing things together, like it's just a completely other feelings. It's another thing and it just feels completely different. That's what I want to say. So you should seek support from someone that is cool, that you have a good vibe with, and that person could really help you achieve your goal way faster than if you were alone. And last of all, you have to stay motivated, stay committed to quitting. You have to reconnect with your why. Why are you doing all of this? When you're in this journey to quit, for example, right now you're trying to quit definitely, not even like just 2 or 3 months, you're trying to quit forever. During your first month, that like forever, but I mean your first month, you will get these type of ideas that you want to go and get back to fapping. And you have to keep in mind, what is your why? Why did you start to want to stop fapping? And what is their goal behind all of that? That why is what is going to really help you in this journey. And identifying that why at the start of your journey is what is going to keep you on track and really help you get through the manipulation that your brain tries to have on you. Also, don't forget to keep on learning, because yes, right now you may try to quit your porn addiction, but if you stop on keeping on learning, you may eventually just restart fapping. It's important to keep on learning and keep on hearing new stuff and new bad things that happen because of porn and new good benefits that when you're going to quit porn, because that will keep you on track and keep you focused on that task. Last, I want to mention that for the triggers part, a lot of triggers for the people is social media. It's like easily 80% and more of people, it's social media. It could be Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, and all these social media is what's making you go and fap. So just by removing this social media, you could already be set up for a great recovery journey. Anyway, on that, take care of yourself.